Welcome to Let's Talk About It. Let's talk about it. Hey, Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. Let's talk about that. Shout out to everybody that's out there that could be in passing, that you here with me today. I just like to thank you for anybody that's tuning in. As you see the title, it's a big fight coming up this weekend. David Morell versus David Benavidez. Both of these guys are incredible. But before we get started, I like to say shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles and to the it was a plane crash in Philly today on Roosevelt Boulevard. So we take a moment of silence for that. To all the people that that was in that plane crash. So that was a tragedy that happened. There's been a lot of plane crashes as of lately. So I'm trying to figure out what was behind that. And what y'all think about the Justin Tucker situation? The same as Deshaun Watson, which is kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, let's get right into this fight. Okay, now this fight with David Benavidez and David Morell. I know about boxing, but I really don't know a lot about boxing. Like he's for Collage, and he for Collage, and he for David Gentry, and he for this person. I'm not really as equipped to that, so I have a boxing analyst on there by the name of the Rightside, and he will be joining us later in the program. So with that being said, Dave Morell is a young boy who, those that don't know, he's from Cuba. I've seen a couple of his fights, solid kid, he's 27, I'm not mistaken, a solid kid, power in both hands, can knock you out in both hands. He also has great hooks. So, I'm looking forward to the matchup with David Benavidez. On the other hand, David Benavidez, they both went up in weight. So this is very interesting. They both went up in weight. But I have a couple of questions I want to ask Dub that I want to know about. So when he comes on, he's going to give his tell of the fight. He's going to let you know what his opinion is of the fight. We'll have a prediction, and we're not going to sit here too long. We're not going to hold you too long. So that's what that's going to be about. But Dave Morell, he's from Cuba. He only had 11 fights, and now he's a champion. And he's also fighting for a championship. I guess they're going to unify this Saturday, February 1st, which is going to be very, very, very interesting. I'm here for all the smoke. I'm here for the boxing, John. I'm here for but Morell, I don't know how much good competition he fought. I know they both fought Kalasha, which David Benavidez knocked him out. But Morell didn't. But Morell, I want to say that was his first fight in that weight class. And I remember that David Benavidez fought somebody in his first fight, and he didn't knock him out. So I wonder, when you move up in weight, do your power transition right away, or does it take time to transition? So that's what I'm just trying to figure out. Is it because what it seems like when you go up in weight, your first fight, you don't really, your weight, your power don't transition to what you need to do. So I don't know if it's the power, it's the training. Benavidez, when he said, shout out to Cam and Mace and Stack, when he was on It Is What It Is, he said that he wasn't fully healthy. His hand was hurting, his body was hurting, and things of that nature. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to bring up our boxing analyst, Doug Whiteside. Doug, welcome. Let me take you off mute. Doug, you there?
What up, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. You clear.
What's going on, family? How you feeling?
I can't call. Welcome. We have Doug Rightside in the building. He's a good friend of mine. He's a boxing expert, in my opinion. He knows boxing in and out. You know, if you have any questions, you can feel free to come up to ask him questions. And if you want to debate him, you can debate him on this topic. And I'm pretty sure he's willing to do that. Doug, how you feeling today, boy?
Man, first things first, Happy New Year. I ain't talked to you in a minute.
Happy
Uh
New Year's.
man, my condolences. My hearts go out to the families of the crash.
Right.
Crazy. We got back-to-back crashes in the country. I
Right.
said,
That's rare.
we ain't never seen nothing like it. Not back-to-back, ain't back-to-back day. We ain't
Nah, that's crazy.
small aircraft, but man, my heart go out to those families, man. And I know you in Philly, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm in
So
Philly. I actually live outside of Philly now, so it didn't hit me as severe.
okay. So, but nah, man. Hey, it is what it is, man. Just glad to be up here. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Okay.
ready to talk some boxing, talk with it. Hey, and we talk whatever. We talk with it. Shout out to Philadelphia, man. Shout out to the Eagles.
I fly, Eagles
Even though
fly.
I can't
On
stand,
the word to victory. Oh, we ain't gonna get
you
into that.
know,
We ain't gonna, that's a whole different
you know, I'm a Cowboys fan.
subject.
I'm a Cowboys fan. So we down in the dump, but I'm a Jet fan, and y'all got half our damn defense over there. So I mean, I slight root for y'all sometimes, kind of, sort of, but not really. I don't know.
Right.
It's a weird dynamic right now.
Right. Okay, all right. So let's get right into it about this fight. First, shout out to the twins. In the comments, shout out to the twins. Make sure y'all go follow them. They got some good content and things of that nature. Make sure y'all go follow the twins. The twins. So this fight, how big a fight is this? Because it's not really being promoted that well. How big of a fight do you think this is? Dave Morell and David Benavidez.
Well, I mean, it's a huge fight. It's a huge fight for the sport. You got two of the best young up and coming fighters that more or less established themselves. Benavidez, David Morell, not so much, but people just off the eye test, those type of things. People have given him all type of accolades. David Morell. So this is a huge fight, and these are both individuals who were mandatories for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo refused to fight either one of them. He ended up fighting, like I was telling folks years ago, about to fight William Skoll, but wouldn't fight David Benavidez, wouldn't fight David Morell. It's a huge fight. Because what was actually going on probably a year and a half ago, that when this fight was talked about, they said that, well, this fight can't happen right now. It's too big of a fight. We got to let it build a little bit. And now what was being said back then is coming to fruition now. And so with us getting this fight, I'm happy to see it. I think it's good for the sport. With both of them now moving up to the light heavyweight division, I think that's David Morell. Neither one of them really looked spectacular at 175, but that's kind of how boxing is. You got to kind of, when you move up in weight, especially at those heavier weight divisions, when you move up in weight, shit, what it seemed like is 7 pounds or something like that. That change a pop on the punch. You know what I'm saying? So, I understand it, but I'm glad that they mixing it up. I think it's time for it, and I also want to say I think that it kind of had to happen because kind of how
So let me ask you this:
the PBC promotion is going right now. They don't really have too many big cards that they can put together, so they had to make this fight.
Okay, so that's going to be my next question. So my next question is this: being though this is their second, I think David Benavidez's third fight, and this would be his second fight in this division, or they both their third fights in this division.
No. I believe this is both their second fight in the division.
Okay, so this is a second fight in the division, and they both have belts in this division, and they're about to fight to get unified titles. So my question to you,
no. So they don't. Neither one of them are champion. No. Neither one of them are champions in this division. They were both champions at 68.
Interim champion, intermediate champion. Benavidez.
Now, yeah, David Benavidez. Yeah, David Benavidez is supposed to be facing off after this fight. He's supposed to be facing off against the winner of really the winner of this fight. Let me put it that way. The winner of this fight.
Doesn't Benavidez have a belt, intercontinental or something like that, or some type of belt like that in this division?
I think he does have. He has a regular belt, something like that, but he's not what we would consider a champion in the division.
Right, he's like the email champion or a paper champion, like the
no. It's almost like he is step below the champion. He the mandatory. He ain't no real champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the WBC got so many belts and
right. Because they said he was going to fight for the WBC and the
he's not really a champion at
WA belt.
Go ahead.
Right.
Say it again.
Are they fighting for the WBC and the WBA belt or no?
No.
Breaking up.
I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
I said there are no belts on the line for this fight.
Okay. All right. So my question is this. So being though this is their second fight and argument is one of the biggest fights, and then they're gonna be fighting for a championship, right? Do you think that it's because they're have a nice fan base and boxing is almost like a lot of Puerto Rican or Latino fan base versus the African American or the black fan base with Shakur Stevenson? Because when he came up in weight, it was a lot of flack about him wanting to fight Gervonta Davis in that weight class at 135. And people say he never fought anybody in this class yet. You didn't do anything in this class yet. Why do you think they're saying that about him and not about these two guys?
Hold on, I don't know if I'm breaking up, if you breaking up. It might be me.
It might be you. Let me ask you the question over again. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was saying is that being though that David Benavidez and David Morell both had 2 fights in this weight class, and the third fight they're going to be fighting for the belt. Safe to say. So they're not getting a whole lot of slack or a lot of pushback for this. But when Shakur Stevenson went up to 135 to fight, wanted to fight Tank Davis, he had 1 or 2 fights in his division. So why is it so much slack on Shakur and not Benavidez in them?
Well, in this situation, it's a tad bit different. And the only reason it's a tad bit different in this situation is because right now, 75 is dominated. 2 champions continuously battling it out. This fight right here really is because 75 is so thin, and that, in my personal opinion, and I would still like to see a lot of the fights, but Morell and Benavidez would beat not everybody. I wouldn't say everybody, but the majority of the guys up there at the division. And so when you're able to win like that, and then you've already been, both of them been champions in the previous division, and when you move up with sanctioning bodies, they're going to move you ahead and put you in those positions to fight for those titles. You know what I'm saying? When you move up in weight. With Shakur, the difference was in this situation is that first off, Shakur, he had a different belt than what Tank was holding at the time. But even with that being said, it really didn't matter because Tank wasn't trying to fight him. And so, hey, I understand people saying you got to type of things, but that's one of the reasons I think, and one of the things people love to talk about is how the belts don't. And this is one of the reasons I think the belt should mean a lot of things, because it gives you that opportunity when you're coming from as a champion, coming from one weight division moving up. It gives you right to skip the line because you are the champion moving up to go and challenge the next champion. You know what I'm saying? And in this situation, when you have a champion like Tank Davis, he don't have to accept none of the fights. He don't have to, because they're not going to strip him, because they want that 3% of whatever he going to make. They want that. But at the same time, they're not going to enforce it on Tank to force him to fight his mandatory. So it makes no sense. It's a double standard, but this is why Shakur got so much flack trying to do it because um, of the politics of boxing. That's what it really comes down to, the politics.
So you agree it's a double standard?
Absolutely, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Hell, if it weren't for a double standard in boxing, there might not be no standards in boxing.
I so let me ask you this, Doug. So what do Morell have to do to win this fight? Because in the press conference, he looks chiseled. He looks like he's ready to go to war. Benavidez don't look as chiseled, but you can still see he's fit. What do Dave Morell have to do to win this fight, and what does Henderson? What do Benavidez got to do to win this fight in your eyes?
So first thing, when you talk about the weigh-in, David Morell has always been a cut individual. You know what I mean? He always came in cut. Where David Benavidez has always been kind of a little soggy around the midsection. You know what I mean? But it works for him. So, you kind of expect that. But for David Morell to win the fight, he got to do what he does. He got to fight behind his jab. He got to make sure that in this situation, when he has somebody who's going to be throwing as active as David Benavidez wants to be, he's going to have to be able to counter in between some of those punches when David Benavidez want to let them flurries go. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen David Benavidez be hurt before. And I think Morell is the biggest puncher that he's faced so far. So I think Morell, he got to make sure that he fights behind his jab. He keeps his distance. He don't let David or he don't allow David Benavidez pressure to get to him. He don't allow himself to get overwhelmed. There's going to be times in the fight that he probably just need to tie David Benavidez up, kind of reset, take the center of the ring. You know what I'm saying? With the Cuban style that he comes with, was so beautiful. He has great footwork, a great jab, but he also comes from that newer style of Cuban boxing. They'll tell you he's 26 or 27. The man might be 35. We never know. But he comes from that newer style where they got the footwork, they got the IQ, but they also have the power, right? And that's the thing with David Morell that makes him so scary is I think that after his last fight, I think he kind of took it. No, I think he kind of took it. He kind of overlooked the fight. Let me put it that way. He didn't really think too much of it. I thought he got hit good in that fight, and it kind of scared him. And I thought it kind of woke him up. He won the fight, but shit, it wasn't what it was supposed to be. So now I would hope to see, and with him working with a coach like Ronnie Shields, a legendary trainer, I think the sky's the limit for the young man. Fight behind your jab. Make sure you bring that 1-2 strong. Catch David Benavidez in between. When he start trying to throw them flurries and tie him up and don't let him overwhelm you, you got a good chance to win the fight. Keep your back off the ropes.
And what David Benavidez got to do to win the fight?
David Benavidez, the exact opposite. He got to make sure that don't allow. He got to neutralize the jab of Morell. Okay, Morell is a southpaw, right? So there's gonna be, it's gonna be an interesting fight, anyways. But he's gonna have to neutralize that jab. If he neutralizes the jab, that'll allow him to kind of push Morell back. And whenever he gets Morell on the ropes or kind of cornered, he can't smother his work. As long as he ain't allowing Morell to kind of stay on that front foot, you know what I mean? And even when Morell, he like to be on the front foot. He front foot dominant, but at the same time, David Benavidez is too. Don't do none of that cocky shit, all that banging your belt and hit me and all. Don't do that. Keep your guard up. And man, he gonna have to fight. He gonna have to throw a lot of punches. You know, it's gonna have to be an overwhelming style, and really put his hands together to the fact where Morell can't see or doesn't have the ability to throw throw punches with power. Hell, he just trying to get out the way of stuff after a while, and really overwhelm him. I don't think it's gonna happen early in the fight. I think the scary part for David Benavidez is that for I don't know if he can stop David Morell. Maybe, like I said, maybe he can overwhelm him and get a TKO, but I don't think he has the power just to knock him out. And so the problem is David Benavidez will give you 4 rounds and then try to get started, then take a round off here, round off there. Well, that's 6 rounds right there. That's a draw. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to be sharp on yours, and you you better come in great conditioning and try to wear and make Morell work for his, so he wears down, and you can kind of finish him off later in the fight. Because I don't know, but I think it's going to be a tough fight for both of them. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight.
Okay. For me, I think for Morell have to win the fight. I think that he definitely had to go move forward. He had to throw the hooks. I think he had to go to hooks. I think they both leave themselves open for punches, balls. I think they both leave themselves wide open. So I think that if one of them connect with each other, it can be ugly. So I think they have to get a lot more head movement in my eyes. But for David Benavidez, I think he has to make fight off the back foot. David Morell. He needs to have David Morell fighting off the back foot, because I never seen him fight off the back foot. But my question is this: as far as conditioning, being though that Wasim had 11 fights with 9 KOs, David Morell, and David Benavidez has 27 fights with something like that with 25 KOs. Morell never, as his last couple rounds, he never went past the 4th round until he fought Kaladja. They both, I'm saying the right name, right? Kaladja. They both fought Kaladja. David Benavidez got Kaladja out of there, if I'm not mistaken, and David Morell went the whole 12 rounds. Does that have any indication on how this fight will go?
Now, I'm going to be honest. I could be wrong. I don't remember David Benavidez fighting Kaladja. Or Kalajic, or whatever the dude name is that Morell fought last time, or Morell just fought, but I don't remember that fight. But I will say that regardless, I think because of the way David Morell struggled in that fight, and like you said, have it not really gone the distance a lot of times in the fights. Going the distance in a 12-round fight is something different.
It's different.
Know what I mean? It's different. And when you're getting folks out of there is one thing. But the other thing is when you have somebody like David Benavidez who gets stronger as the fight goes on. David Benavidez, one thing you can't say about him is that he don't have, I don't know how, but the man got a gas tank like a mug. And as long he can, as the fight gets going, and when you start getting into them later on, he keep coming. Punches in bunches. You're getting hit and you like, okay, come. And I think the other thing with David Morell, this is gonna be a problem for him. He don't throw a lot of punches.
Right.
He don't throw enough punches. And so sometimes, that Cuban style, they like to pick you apart. They want to be very strategic, and that they overthink things, and they don't let their hands go like they need to. And so, I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting fight. That's why I say it's gonna be. And then with those later rounds, I think David Morell, he got to rack up those early rounds. He has to rack them up, fight behind the jab, come forward, and because if he don't do that, it's gonna be it's an uphill battle because. We know David Benavidez is going to come in shape, and he's going to be able to throw punches late in rounds.
Okay, now David Benavidez, right? He's always been the bigger fighter going into the fight, or has anyone been actually bigger pause than him going into the fight?
No, he usually the longer rangier guy.
Right. So in this case and in this situation, he's going to be actually the smaller fighter. And when I say smaller fighter, he David Morell 6 feet, 6'1", I think 6'1", 6 feet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, about
Uh,
6'1".
yeah, weigh 170. They both weigh the same amount of weight. They weigh the same. But Benavidez is a 74, if I'm not mistaken, and what's name is a 77 reach.
Right.
Is that going to be a problem for Benavidez, being though that he is the long range fighter, but now he's fighting somebody that's just as the same size and if not bigger. So, how did you think he'll match up with that, or you think he'll be fine?
Benavidez style, range really don't mean too much to him.
Okay.
I mean, it does. Length range, it means something to some degree, because a lot of times, if he comes up against a jabber, he gonna jab with the jabber, and it's always nice to to have the same reach, or or
Right, but
something like that.
if I got 77, he got 74, and I'm throwing it out there at bing bing and moving with power, because David Morell throws everything with power.
But
Even his
like,
jabs is power.
but that's why I said, if you listen to the breakdown earlier,
Yeah.
I said the game plan got to be to nullify the jab, right? Take it into deep waters, and if David Morell, if he not gonna, my thing is he can't just sit there and jab,
Right.
because the one thing is if he gonna sit there and jab, he gonna have to bring the power. He got to come to fight. That would it come down to. Morell got to come to fight, and he better come in shape, because David Benavidez is coming to fight, and he's gonna be in shape.
Well, with David Morell, he has a 3-to-1 power connection as well as elusiveness. So with that being said, his power, every 3 power shots he get hit with 1. Every 3 things he misses, he get hit with 1. So he's not really getting hit that much.
He ain't fighting nobody.
But he's not fighting anybody. That's my
he fighting. You ain't gonna get hit.
He getting the money. I can't fight nobody though.
If you fighting the man selling tacos at the stop, I mean, what do you expect? So that's why I say it's hard to say how good I really off the eye test. Morell seems to be the goods off the eye test, but off the competition, I can't tell you, because who the best person he fought? Alonzo Fox? Who? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What's about Henderson? No, he not Henderson. No, he got him up out of here, and he got what's his name out of here too.
The man ain't fought nobody, and so I can't tell you what he really is. But off the eye test, that's what I'm saying. Off the eye test, he looked like the goods, but you can never tell if you the good. And that's the other thing I like that David Benavidez got going into this fight, with him being in the ring with a Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? And
right. That's my next question. Since let's transit in that,
go ahead.
You think his experience? You think the experience going to take over Benavidez' experience as being in the ring and a ring general versus a young kid? He's the same age, but as in this boxing, he's young because he only had 11 fights versus 26. And like you said, he didn't fight nobody. He fought David Plant, and he's looking to fight other people also. Do you think that the experience will take over in this fight?
Absolutely. I think, when you and not just Caleb Plant. It's Caleb Plant. It's what's your boy favorite fighter name? What's my boy name? Goose.
Like it was a black boy, right?
Andrade,
yeah.
Andrade.
He beat him up too.
Boo Boo. There you go. Flu, that's his name. But yeah, when you got Boo Boo and Caleb Plant, what he fought, David Lemieux, you know what I'm saying? He done been in there with better competition. So when he done been in that thing, then got a little tough. He done been knocked down before. Man, all that experience. I mean, hell, it plays a lot in the ring. So I do think he definitely has the experience advantage. I think the best thing for Morell though, he ain't got nothing to lose. He ain't got nothing to lose.
No, you really don't. This is a high risk, low reward for
it should be. It should be. Well, and this is the other problem. It should be. I was gonna say it should be a good pay-per-view fight, but they ain't gonna sell. But 85,000 pay-per-view.
I don't know. I mean, you gotta understand. I mean, these Latinos do come out for the fights.
I agree. I do agree on that. I do.
And these are the two biggest ones they have in the culture right now, other than Canelo Alvarez. So, and I think they want to see this to see who's gonna come out on top, Pauls, to battle Canelo to fight Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo already did knock out Berlanga, so
right. And are you hearing that Bud Crawford is fighting Canelo on the 13th of September or something of that nature?
That's what we're hearing. We're hearing Bud Crawford on Mexican Independence Day versus Canelo Alvarez, or Mexican Independent Weekend. Let me say that. Yeah, that's what we're hearing. I'm hearing that too. That he's supposed to be taking William Skull on Canelo, that is, on Cinco de Mayo, and then William Skull is the IBF mandatory at 168. And
now,
then,
if he lose to him, then do you still want to fight him? If you're Bud,
yeah,
I think the sting is out after that point. Like,
if he lose to William Skull,
if he lose to William Skull,
if he lose to William Skull, that's bad.
Do Bud Crawford fight him, or do he says Benavidez come down to one? Damn, that's 154. He fighting him at, right?
Who? What? What? Say, who, what?
Where's Bud fighting? What way he fighting Canelo?
At 168.
168. It's a tough task.
But look, I'm rooting for Bud.
I'm going for Bud. But what I mean is by the tough task. To me, this is my opinion from a little boxing I've done and things of that nature. So when you're jumping weight, your weight, your power does transfer up there, but sometimes doesn't transfer right away, if that makes sense. Because your body, you're that size, but your power didn't come yet. It's like a 10-year-old kid that's 6'1", but he's kind of goofy a little bit because he didn't grow into his body yet. So he don't have the strength that he's supposed to have. But then you see him 2 years later, he's like, oh yeah. I think that's the same thing in boxing with Bud. Like, his power wasn't there, but I think over time, keep fighting it, it'll be there in that weight class. But then you're skipping a whole nother weight class.
The problem is, so there are multiple issues with all of this. The first problem is that, yes, Bud absolutely should take a tune-up fight. Hell, the man ain't never fought at 160. So he absolutely needs a tune-up fight. That's the first thing, which I don't think he's taking.
I wouldn't either.
You wouldn't either?
No.
All right.
The reason I wouldn't take it because boxing you can lose. If I lose, everything is done. This is my one payday that I need to get right here. Don't forget, Bud started late. He didn't start like at 26 with all these other cats. He jumped in the game late, so he need this payday. People payday. So
the difference. So I'm gonna tell you the difference between me and you looking at it the right way. I'm looking at it the wrong way. I'm looking at it strictly from how to win perspective. I'm not looking at it from getting paid and none of that, right?
Well, I'm looking at it like
I understand.
If he had a chance, say, okay, if he had fought in his weight class before and this is his weight class, I would say yeah. But the way he fought in his class that he had before, it was like, you ain't look too impressive in that fight when Morell was fighting. Who was fighting? Kalasha, I think on that card. He ain't look too impressive, even though he did win. So when you saying that, let me take another fight, you don't want to take that chance because boxing is just take one hit and you out. So you don't want to mess up your brand, let's say, because it's still a business. And with your brand and Canelo, you know, I think it'd be a fight.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now I ain't no big Charlo fan, right? I ain't no big Charlo fan. But Mel Charlo, right? Undisputed, a division above Bud, right? 154.
Mm-hmm.
Mel was knocking shit out at 154.
Yes, he was.
Now, I mean, hurting. He was hurting shit.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga, he look, no tune-up fight, no nothing. Now, mind you, he went from 54 straight to what? 68.
68.
Remind you, knocking shit out at I mean the best in the division, he knocking them out.
He got knocked out too, though. He got put on his ass too, though.
Agree. But he came in revenge.
I know, but we gonna call it. We got call it way around. So it ain't like he's the baddest man in that division.
Even when he got the draw, he came in revenge that.
Mm-hmm.
Avenge it, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't disagreeing. But what I'm telling you is him doing that. He went up there the 6th day. Canelo hit that man on the arm. That man said, "I don't want no more," and ran the rest of the fight. All I'm saying is I watched Bud go fight. I can't even think of Bud's name now.
I know you're talking about the fight that he had at 154.
His last fight.
Yeah,
he won the fight. Now, he won the fight, but he ain't look like the Bud we've been seeing. He shouldn't because he's moving up weight. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta remember,
and he hit him. He hit him right on the button. Bow, bow. But he couldn't put him down. Anybody else he would have put down at the 154 at the one. So I don't
know about anybody else.
At 154.
I don't know about anybody. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
I'll put my money. Put it this way: Charlo and Bud. I'll put my money on Bud all day.
Man, what weight class Bud came from?
135.
See, after a while, you know what I'm saying. This weight class is for a reason.
Yeah.
And then the other thing. Now, this is the second problem I want to tell you. Second thing is Bud is going up in age, and when you start getting up in age, this is the thing. When you Bud as strong as Bud gonna be. Now, I mean, if you know, he could get stronger, but right when he start getting, because the only way how you gonna get stronger, lifting weights, and then he gonna sacrifice something, and to get stronger, you're gonna sacrifice speed. You're gonna sacrifice. It's gonna be sacrifice you're gonna make, and if you do that, then my thing is I question: are you gonna be the same Bud that we used to seeing? Right? Are you gonna be able to take them angles, take them shoot them quick half shots, take them half step back? You know what I'm saying? Be just out of range but in range to score. Are you gonna be able to do that? And then are you gonna be able to take the power if you don't put that extra weight on like that? It's so many different things, and I hate to see Bud jump up. And I understand he want to get his payday, and I want to see the fight. I do want to see the fight. At the same time, I hate that he jumping up. What three weight? Well, technically two weight classes. Well, really three weight classes.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can do it. I mean, actually, I think he might be 135, then 154.
No. I'm saying when he going from 54 to
68.
It's really two. It's really two. But I was really saying because I mean he fought one time at 54, so he really still,
So I just think that I think being though he had a fight up there, I think his second fight that he has, his power will be there. You're gonna see a lot more power in that. It's hard to go up there and you fighting somebody in a different weight class and think your power, because you're not really throwing it like how you're supposed to throw it. You know what I'm saying? Because
hold on. Say that again.
I said when you move up in weight class and you throwing your punches the same way, sometimes you're not going to get them out of there like that. So when you go up in weight class, you have to really dig down, pause, when you're throwing your punches now. You have to be a little bit more alert. You have to be a little bit more active. You have to be a little bit more, you have to take a punch a little bit more because you're getting hit by bigger fighters now. You know what I'm saying? And you're gaining weight to get there. They're walking around at that weight. So when you're walking around and still gaining weight, they're trying to like lose weight when time the fight comes.
I was gonna say they walk around bigger than that. They walk around way bigger than that. They losing weight to get to that.
They're coming down to get to that size. So their power is actually there. They're at 190. If you're 168, so you're at 170, 75, that's where you probably walking around 180 sometimes with power.
No.
190?
If you fighting at 168, you probably walk around at
190,
210.
You're not losing. So you telling me you're losing 40, 50 pounds in camp?
Yes.
I don't think people are getting that big, man. I don't think they losing 40,
Bruh,
50 pounds.
Listen. Charlo was fighting at 60.
But you can't say today because they don't really take care of their bodies like that. Give me like a box of that little.
Canelo walks around at least 205, at least.
So I don't know, but he fighting at 170. He be fighting at 178 too, though.
175.
So 175. So I understand why if he walks around there. And for him to lose all that weight, that's a lot of weight to lose. That's a lot. 50 pounds is a lot of weight. People can't lose 50 pounds in a year. And you tell me, and I'm not denying, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying that's a lot of weight. I'm just saying that's a lot of weight.
I want to ask you. I want to ask. This is what I really want to ask though. Did you said that you think that Bud Power gonna be better in the fight against Canelo?
Yes, that's what I said.
Why?
Because he had a chance to fight in that weight class. And when you fight in that weight class,
no. He had fought. He was undisputed at 47, right?
Right. Then he fought 154. He fought
old buddy. Was it Madrimov? I think it was either Madrimov. It was one of them or Mavadov, one of them. But he fought him.
This is his first fight at 160. I thought the other fight was at 168.
No. He fought that dude at 54. He gonna fight at 68. Okay. So he's moving up. He moved up one weight class from 47 to 54. He's moving up two weight classes from 54 to 68.
Got you. Okay. So okay. Now that's where I was. That's where I was confusing that. Okay. So Bud last time was at 154. And that's why I got you here. See, that's why I got you here. That's why I got you here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got you here as my boxing analyst, because like I said, I get confused. You know, we talking about football, but I got you. You talking about I got you. But this right here, I'm into it. Boom, boom. I just the name.
I got you.
Now. So all right. So no, I take that back. So I don't know if his power is going to be even close to what it was.
He ain't gonna have no power.
Right. So I think he's gonna have to outbox him and be able to just, go the whole distance. But I'll tell you this, I need a better fight. But if you're listening, come here. I need a better fight out of you than what Charlo gave us.
Please.
I'll tell you that. He was running like a chicken with his head cut off.
Hold on. Now let me ask this. You want Bud to go out on this shield?
Yep.
Oh no. So can
I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. So
can I be honest?
So we don't all right, let me tell you my mentality. If I get into a rumble, somebody it's gotta go all the way down. Like somebody gotta get knocked out, somebody gotta go down. Because I'm not going to stop, and he's not going to, and I'm figuring they're not going to stop. You feel what I'm saying? And that's boxing. You're going to keep going. No, don't throw that towel in. Let me go. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm saying, do you hold on for dear life?
What do you mean, like clinch and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're a boxer. Don't be stupid.
Hold the
Don't be
hell
just going
on.
out there and just swinging for air. No, be
So
smart about it. If you got to get on your horse for a little bit, get on your horse for a little bit. But what I'm saying is, engage in boxing like you trying to hurt him too. Charlo, I felt like he was just saying, "I'm just trying to
Hello ran.
survive, and I don't care what y'all say,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to hurt Carnelo because I don't want to get hurt. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. I'm trying to hurt you, and in the process, if I get hurt, then so be it. That's what I mean.
I did. All right. All right. I want to set your expectations for this fight. Okay. I'm going to just give you the true breakdown. Bud Crawford. Like I said, 37, about to be 38, I believe.
Right?
Already has showed that he's slowing down as far as mobility goes in the ring, lateral movement, those type of things. Been showing that since he moved up to 47, right? Now he's gonna put on extra weight. He's still gonna be the longer fighter. You know what I'm saying? He got a 74-inch reach, I think, or 73, 74, something like that. Canelo got like a 68-inch reach, 69. The problem is how do you stop Canelo from coming forward? Canelo
Put that jab in his face. Keep jabbing. Pop.
Hold on. Canelo has possibly one of the best chins we done seen in the sport of boxing in a long time. Canelo got a beard on him. That man can take a punch.
But he slowed down.
Hold on. The other thing is he can cut the ring off. He gonna make you fight. Bud gonna have to fight at some point in time. And what I worry about with Bud never being up at that division, taking punches, and I'm sure, sparring, he done sparred and took punches, those type of thing. But in them 8-ounce gloves with Canelo Alvarez hitting your ass,
it's different.
I don't fuck with Canelo at all. I don't fuck with him at all. But I give credit where credit is due. That man is he a legend. He is a legend.
Well, I look at it like this. Carnell, he slowed down too. And his
He's younger than Bud.
Yeah, but he slowed down. He had 1,000 fights.
True.
So that's
he
gonna
had
wear
way more. He had way more fights.
Yeah. I'm saying 1,000. And I'm talking that's professional.
Hey, look, over in Tijuana, they don't even count half the damn fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so,
he been fighting over this, and he was about 15 or some shit.
Yeah, no, they say it's fighting over 13, 14, yeah, like 15. Yeah. So with that being said, I think he slowed down from what we seen him come from to now. He slowed down. And if he fight him like he fought Triple G, I think that Weston has a very good chance of winning the fight. And I think his power is going to surprise people because he has time to work on it. But I think that he will get his attention because sometimes it's about angles, right? It's about how you turn the right, turn the left. So it's going to depend on a lot of different variables, I do believe. You know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion.
You know what's going to be interesting?
I'm
thinking about it if I'm in Bud camp, we already working on we putting weight on now, and the weight that we putting on all muscle weight. We putting it on that.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing.
And get we putting it on that in the legs.
Yeah, and his legs is already strong as hell.
Now, hey, man, so, we doing nothing but powerlifting for the next 3 months.
Well, that's where your power come from, your legs. So it comes from your legs. If you don't have no hip movement, if you can't swing like that bat, you can't swing. It's not going to look pretty for you. It's not going to be conducive. So,
man, it ain't nothing but look. It ain't nothing. We putting on all type of muscle in the legs, and then we'll figure the rest out. But that's what you gotta have to cut, man. But that's gonna be a fight right there. Though. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. So now. And I know this your show, so I'm gonna let you go ahead because we got to do our prediction. We ain't do no prediction yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do right now. So, David Morell and David Benavidez, who you got in the fight and why?
So I think that David Benavidez will start off slow, but he'll come on in those later rounds. I think he'll come out. He'll be overwhelming in those later rounds as far as the amount of punches that he throws. And I think that just at the end of the day, I think he comes out and ends up losing to David Morell because David Morell, even with David Benavidez being overwhelming in those later rounds, I think that early in the fight, David Morell, he's gonna come forward. He's gonna fight behind his jab. He's gonna have a stiff 1-2. He's gonna be able to throw some of them hooks that you were talking about going around the high guard and that high body guard that David Benavidez like to utilize. I think he'll work the body. He'll utilize his footwork, keep David Benavidez turning, like Caleb Plant did. Only difference is I think he got more power, and I think probably about the 9th round, I think he comes through with a straight right on the chin, and it hurt David Benavidez, and I think that's the beginning of the end. So I'm calling it 11th round for 11th round stoppage for David Morell.
Wow. Interesting. All right. So my prediction is this. I think that it's gonna be a great fight. I think that they're gonna have to that whoever works the body and whoever have the more body shots and body punches, I think that's who's going to win the fight. But I think that the monster will win this fight. I think that he's going to come forward to force Morell to fight off the back foot, which he never fought off his back foot that I've seen in his fights. I think the ring generalship is going to come into play, and I think that he's going to get him out probably around the 11th round, and later in the fights, bring him down into the waters. But in the beginning, Morell is going to shock him with a couple of jabs. He's going to have some problems with him in the beginning. But like you said, around the 4th round, that's when he's going to start getting his rhythm, and that's when he's going to start to hurt Morell. And then around the 10th round, 11th round, I think that somebody's going to go. But I got David Benavidez with the victory.
Now, I want to tell you this. When you say you ain't never seen David Morell fight off the back foot.
Moving backwards, what I mean.
Right. I know what you mean. The thing is, only reason you ain't seen it because you ain't seen nobody push him back.
And that's why I need to see. And I think that he won't be able to be that effective fighting somebody like Benavidez fighting backwards.
But this is the thing. When you come from the Cuban school of boxing, and I will say, 2 schools of boxing, you know that fighters pretty much can fight going both ways. Usually the Ukrainian school and the Cuban school. 9 times out of 10, they can fight going both ways.
Gamboa couldn't.
Lomachenko couldn't either. Lomachenko couldn't fight going backward. Gamboa couldn't either. But then you look at Usyk. Usyk does it well.
Usyk like he his brother though. Usyk a little different. A little different.
Hold on, go look at what's my boy name? Rick and Diao. Look at oh my god.
Who?
Oh, I can't call his name right now. Erislan de Lauder.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about all that though, but that's our show for the night. So, Doug, you got any last words?
I gotta tell you,
where they can find you at. Tell them your channel where they can find you at, and your last words.
Real quick, first things first, man. Y'all can find me at Dub Rightside, man. We talk boxing, man. We talk politics. I talk everything, man. I just like talking. So, y'all find me over there. Come check me out. Man, look, I gotta tell you, I checked out Smack URL 2024, the mashup, right? You know, Smack done stopped. He done got fancy and stopped going on YouTube. So I'll be having to look at all the other leagues and things like that now. But I ain't get a chance. I had to ask your opinion. What's your opinion? First off, is Clips the GOAT?
He's a legend. He's Mount Rushmore, arguably. Yeah. Yep.
I don't think you can argue it.
No, I'm saying you can't argue. Like, if you say he's up there, I wouldn't argue that. Like, I wouldn't argue that.
Okay. What you think about Lou Castro?
Trash. I mean, he's good, but he's not no upper tier. He's low tier, mid tier. Mid
tier. What's other buddy name, man? He be over in what's her name league? In Remy League, I think.
Easy.
Yeah. The block captain. What you think about?
He's a top tier, but he's not a legend right now.
He ain't a legend.
No, he's not a legend. He's top tier, but he's not a legend.
I can't. He there, but he ain't there.
No, he's not a legend. He got a long way to go for a legend.
Okay. Now this one right here. The man be getting crazy reactions, and the bars just be going over my head. I just be missing them. Solo.
Solo's funny. He's just a funny rapper from Gates. He's just funny.
Does he have bars?
He got bars within bars, but they're not triple and entendres. He's not a writer's writer, and it's just gonna be what it is. Solo is gonna be a funny guy. He's gonna crack jokes, and that's what it's gonna be.
Am I missing? I'm like, the crowd going crazy, and I'm like,
they more laughing than going crazy. But yeah, he be saying some stuff.
I done missed everything.
But yeah. But that's it. That's it for the day. I'm your host, Killer V. Make sure y'all come hit that like and subscribe button. Stay tuned for the breakdown of the Kansas City and the Philadelphia Eagles Tales of the Tapes. Fly birds fly. I'm out of here. Y'all have a blessed one. Peace.
Salute.